Hello my friends, how are you doing? So we have the first lawsuit going on against Stable Diffusion, Midjourney, and for some reason DeviantArt, the platform that was first concerned about that because they are one of the biggest artist communities, and then they employed their own AI model trained on top of Stable Diffusion. They are also getting sued. Well, here we are.
This is what I call a bad decision. Hey guys, Nathan Brendan Masters, and this is a lawsuit that they have to win. Now, will they win it? I highly doubt it, but let me just say I am not a lawyer in any way, shape, or form, but I do know a little something about copyright law, and I do know a little bit something about technology. Now, I'm not what they call a tech bro, but today art and technology crosses over so much. It's actually insane because I'm assuming most artists out there don't consider themselves tech bros or tech sis, but at the end of the day, the majority of you, I'll say a lot of you, I don't know if it's the majority, I'll say a lot of us, particularly younger artists, when you talk about drawing, they probably reach for an iPad or a pen tablet before they reach for a pen and paper, pen and Bristol, or even a sketchbook, considering, people like me do a lot of sketchbook tours and things. A lot of artists out there are reaching for technology. So there's this cross section where artists are using technology and using it a lot, but they don't know a lot about technology. A lot of people use technology and they have no idea about it aside from what they use it for. So you have this situation with Stable Diffusion. There's a lot of people who've talked about it. One of the better videos, the Stop the Lies video that a lot of people have seen. A lot of people not particularly happy with that video. A lot of people are. I think it's got like 12,000 likes at this point. A lot of people, but it's not like a 12K to 1K dislike. There's a lot of people dislike that video too, from what I can understand. So, because I can't really see, now you can't see the dislikes, but a lot of people dislike that video. So it was almost half and half. But the guy was, he was dropping facts. The big idea is that AI steals art. And this particular lawsuit is based around the idea that the AI is stealing the art and making this kind of collage out of it, where it's taking pieces from other people's art and making it into this new art. But let me ask you a question. If you took a bunch of different pieces from different artists and put it together and made a collage and made a whole new art piece, could those artists sue you? Sure, they could sue, but most likely they wouldn't win, and the majority of artists wouldn't even think about suing for something like that. Collaging in itself is an actual art form. It's something artists actually do, and no one gets sued. Why is it suddenly, now that an AI is said to be doing such a thing, are we saying, well, we need to sue the AI because they're making profit off of it? Well, suppose the artist put it together and they sold that piece in a gallery. They still made profit off of it. That's if AI were actually doing that, and it's not. And that's not some crazy tech bro speak. Something isn't operating the way you believe or want to believe that it is. It's simply not doing what you say it's doing. And I have yet to see any real evidence that says differently. The reality is nobody would think about suing that one artist for their collage because that one artist doesn't have the ability to take a bunch of people's jobs. And that's what this is really about. This is a cope suit, not a lawsuit. This is artists coping with the inevitability of AI art. It's not only coming, it's already here. You see it. And if they lose this case, which I believe they will, the floodgates will be open, because you don't think big corporations are going to not do something because of ethics, right? No. Big corporations are going to jump on this because now the law says it's legal. And they're going to do that. And again, even many of us who are pretending to care about ethics, we care about losing our jobs, which is an actual cause for concern, don't get me wrong. But many of us are couching it as an ethical debate simply because of the fact that we got nothing else. There's nothing that this AI is doing that we ourselves as artists haven't done to get to any point where we're at right now if you're a halfway decent artist. The AI is literally doing what you did. It's just an AI and can do it faster and better. Yes, it may have been fed copywritten material and a lot of it, but that's not illegal, nor is that unethical. Unless you yourself, who read tons and tons of comic books and drawing stuff and learn how to draw and do all the stuff you do, if it's unethical for the AI, it was unethical for you. Especially today, because a lot of you ain't even buying these books. A lot of you are pirating comics, getting them, you're seeing this stuff on webtoons. You're getting a lot of content for free. And that content is inspiring your art. So let's keep it real. Yes, you're getting it for free. And yeah, at least back in the day, we had to go to the comic book shop and buy our books. You guys are looking at this stuff on the internet. Plus, you're getting free education from YouTube and other places that are showing you how to actually draw art and various types of art. The type of education that you're getting for free, people used to pay thousands of dollars for. I just finished an AI comic book, and that's something I thought I wouldn't even be able to do for a while. And I did it. Took me a week. Still have to do some corrections on the art and everything, but it's probably going to be the best looking comic I've ever published. Which brings me to another point. Everyone wanted democracy of all these art forms. Well, you got it. And when you get it, that means more competition in different ways. Different people with different skill sets are going to compete. And that's where you get people like myself and others who are both artist and publisher. And so we like to draw and we like to do those artistic things, but we're also publishers and think from the standpoint of art as a product. So there's a definite benefit to the artist publisher. In the same way, digital coloring, which most of you probably do right now, revolutionized the comic book industry, which digital coloring is something that many of you do without a second thought. It's just how people color. Well, I remember a time when it wasn't how people colored. People used markers and watercolor to color comic books. If you're an AI supporter, it's very easy to look down on these artists and kind of feel like, what's wrong with these people? Why are they doing this? Why are they trying to stop progress? Well, you thought that your whole life's work, the thing that you worked for, since you were a kid, that would include myself, was in jeopardy. Wouldn't you fight too? It makes a lot of sense that the artists are going at this the way they're going at it. It's just what it is. The only difference between people like myself is that I never at any point wanted to draw for anybody else. I never had any fantasy or desire to draw for Marvel or DC or any of these other companies. I always knew that I wanted to publish my own comic books, do my own art, put it out there, and go from there. Comics are my first love as far as the kind of media that I want to produce. It's comics, then movies, sometimes novels, but mainly comics and movies. Those are my two big things. So AI allows me to do at least one of those things a lot quicker and a lot easier. And I also get to decide how much AI I'm going to use, which books I'm going to draw, which books I'm going to do with AI. I foresee many of my books being a mix of hand-drawn and AI artwork, while some of them may actually be full hand-drawn comics, just like any other comic. One of the issues with me is I don't have a lot of products to sell because it takes so long to create the product. I already have several products in the work just based on AI alone. That's crazy. And a lot of the books that I work with other artists to create, I'm still going to be working with those artists on those books. The biggest thing I usually have done is coloring and some inking. And I'm still going to need that for a lot of the books that I draw, even when employing AI. I don't know how anybody else is going to be working with it, but for me, it really helps. And it helps me have other projects out there to actually make money that I can in turn pay artists with to help me with my hand-drawn projects. So yeah, this is helpful to me and other artists because it puts money in their pocket. Now, it may not be a lot of money, but it's something. And again, a lot of this stuff is not ready for prime time yet. A lot of the line art stuff looks good, but a lot of those other things, you got to go in there and fix it. You got to fix noses. You got to fix, obviously, the fingers, which is the big thing everybody talks about. Eyes, you know. I'm going to do a video actually about some things that I use to actually kind of help me with that kind of stuff. Some weighted text and stuff that I use to help me with that kind of stuff. But that's it, guys. That's my take on this. I'll link to the other video on my end screen or put it in the description. You guys take it easy. Awesome.
Don't look back, we're here to stay. A life we knew would come one day. And this is it, the borderline to where the future leaves us behind. The fire will burn and never die, looking through the eyes of a brand new life. It's so just fine.